Hello, everyone, all my Pisces out there and maybe some cross watchers. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you joining me. We are going to dive right into your reading today, Pisces. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm definitely so happy to have you here. These readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And yeah, let's just dive in. For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces. What messages do you have for Pisces? What does Pisces need to know? Pisces, I swear to goodness gracious, y'all are getting abundance again. I am not kidding you. Pisces, set your intelligence. Literally, you guys, I was just reading Rumi this morning, and there is a quote where Rumi's talking, and he says, you know, life is a careful balance of holding on and letting go. And Pisces, I've been feeling this energy for a long time right around you of it's kind of like letting go is just as important as holding on, because what you're letting go of, it's like if you grow plants, if you have house plants at all, and you have a leaf that turns yellow and it's dying, you want to cut it off right away, because when you leave it on, the whole other plant will give to that leaf, will take less nutrients so that to try to save that leaf. And so if you cut it off, your plant will thrive, your plant will be more healthy. And and that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here, is about, you know, letting go of those things that are just draining you, letting go of those things that, you know, really you can't save anyway. You know, the plant can't save that leaf. Once that leaf is like diseased and stuff, it's not going to come back to green. It's not going to return to a state of health. And so there's kind of this energy of how, you know, understanding the resources that you have and the value of the resources that you have, and understanding that like attracts like. And so when you want things to grow and be vital and be vibrant, you focus on the things that are growing and that are vital and that are vibrant. You don't keep trying to resuscitate something that, you know, is actually just only going to drain you, you know? And so, or isn't really in your control, or really isn't in your power, or, you know, I was listening to Robert Greene. He's also amazing. There's so many amazing teachers out there, y'all. Yeah. So anyway, he was talking about, our perspective, our lens, and the way that we look at the world. And it's like, if you believe that if you put time, effort, and energy into learning something, you will learn it, you have the potential to learn anything, or you will get good at it, then you will always be curious and you will always be trying to learn things. You will always be taking on new things. But if you think that either you're good at something or you're not good at something, maybe it's determined at birth, maybe it's just your characteristics or your qualities or whatever that determine it, then you're never going to try. You're going to stay kind of in the same place, or you're going to always sort of lean into those things. And not that I'm saying one is better than the other, or I don't even feel like he is. It's just that really determines where you're kind of going in life. There are some fundamental beliefs that we have that where we can see, oh, okay, you know, if you think you're, you know, you've lived a messed up life and it's always going to be that way, then it will, you know, because that's your belief and that's what you're calling into your life and that's where you're at. But if you believe that if you put enough work, effort, and energy into changing something and you want it bad enough, because you have to want it bad enough too, then you'll change it. And that just sort of feels like you're teetering on this balance of, you know, remaining realistic, you know, which is sometimes hard for a Pisces, but there is this, you know, knowing that you have to set the intention, but that also once you set that intention, you also have the power to make it happen. And you really have to fundamentally believe that. And if you don't, why? And is there anything you can do about it? Do you want to do something about it? Do you actually want that thing bad enough to look within? And yeah, he was talking about social media too, and how social media kind of stops us from being self-reflective, because we're always comparing ourselves to everyone else. We're always looking at everyone else and we're saying, oh, that person who's my same age, they have that. Or they're doing that, and that's what success looks like, or that's what this looks like. And it's funny because the way that I spent my morning, or the things that I spent this morning doing, I actually got an email from a client that touched on everything that I had done. So she was writing to tell me sort of a confirmation for her, and at the same time gave me a confirmation. And I hope she watches this so that she knows that, because I did respond, but I was getting ready to start the reading and I didn't want to go all in like that. But anyway, what we have here, and I really don't have time, so I love you guys so much, and all your messages and all your comments and everything just really matter to me. It really does affect me. And so thank you. Namaste. I am really grateful whenever you reach out to me. There is this energy here of setting our intention. And when your attention is abundance, even if that isn't material wealth, whatever your intention is, whatever you are trying to expand or grow or develop in your life, and you really truly set the intention, and then you begin to make your decisions based on what your intention is. Okay, does this support where I'm going, or does it not? Is this feeding the plant, or is this a dead leaf that I should, remove? When you put all your focus and all your energy towards something like that, it's I feel like it begins to happen rather quickly right now. But it is this balance of letting go and holding on to the things that are working, and being very honest about what those things are with yourself. I do feel like some of you there's a heavy emphasis on communication, and we are in Mercury retrograde, so there may be some kind of, someone reaching out here. You have distance on the bottom of the deck. So this may even be something I'm just going to tell you, I'm getting this in about 3 or 4 different ways. It can be that you're getting some kind of opportunity to travel. This energy keeps coming up for you guys. Some opportunity to travel, or to move, or to put some distance between you and something, or because for some of you, you may have, a narcissist in your energy, or you may have, there's full-on narcissism, and then there are narcissistic personality traits, and sometimes we will have to deal with someone in a work environment, or here or there, that is a narcissist. And sometimes the personality traits that they have that are narcissistic, we can sort of navigate around or figure out how to sort of exist with, right? But some of them, it really, we'll tell ourselves, but I have to keep this job. I have to pay rent. I have to keep food on the table. I have to. But, I'm seeing you guys getting some kind of opportunity. I even feel this as the Ace of Pentacles more so even than a person's sign. There's just this energy of, I feel like you're getting some kind of offer to be able to walk away from, or there's something that you are going to want more, or that is going to make it worth it for you to take some kind of risk to move away from someone who is really toxic in your environment. Sometimes, especially if you're born into a narcissistic family, your whole family could be narcissistic, or you know what I mean, the vast majority of it. And it can be really, really hard to, just say, okay, yeah, I'm just going to go off and be an orphan and not have a family. But there's some kind of opportunity that I feel like it's like letting you move away from a certain situation that is toxic um, without sort of having to confront it, but leaving that person alone to sort of face their own situation. And it's like something that I feel like has been draining you, even if you were able to sort of navigate around it. It just feels like it's something that you had to spend time, energy, and attention sort of dealing with. And there's some kind of opportunity that like kind of allows you to gracefully move away from the situation without pulling the kind of focus onto you. You know, because a narcissist, if you just up and leave a narcissist, they may really focus their energy on you, run a smear campaign on you, try to just besmirch your name everywhere, try to make everyone see you badly so that you're really left out in the cold and they get this feeling of satisfaction from it. But I see this as a situation where instead it's like you can just sort of move in a new direction without calling that much attention to yourself, but it leaves this person sort of having to look at themselves. Not that a narcissist will honestly look at themselves. They won't look at themselves and be like, you're amazing. But, I mean, you never know. They might. Let's see. Pisces, I just feel I cannot get away from the houseplant analogy. I just feel like you are, you're weeding your garden. All right, you have Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It and fake profile. You know, sometimes, like, when we work, let's say, with a narcissist, we'll be like, okay, you know, I see how this is. I see other people interacting. I see that they're not successful. I see that it affects them more deeply than it affects me, or maybe it affects you more deeply than it affects other people. And you may see like either an opportunity to, you may have felt some kind of opportunity to sort of like mitigate the circumstance or like lessen the blow for yourself and others by sort of stepping in or by figuring it out or making up the difference or balancing something out here without, what is this? It's like, either you're looking at yourself and asking yourself, why am I so affected by this person when other people around me are not as affected by this person? Or I see other people interacting with this person, because you guys are great observers and you are highly intuitive. And so you may have sort of run interference in this situation, like help to sort of soften the blow or do some kind of workaround so that other people didn't have to have so much face time with this person. Or I don't know, there's something here, and it's either you with you or it's you with a group of people or other people or another person. And it's like you may have been trying to mitigate this person's effect, or you may be trying to mitigate the effect that this person has on you. I see this as being very draining, and I see that it's causing you, it's actually shifting your personality. It's actually sort of sometimes making you someone you don't recognize, or it's actually like, I'm getting a people pleasery vibe here. Like, just like, you know, it's affecting your authenticity or something. Like it's affecting your ability to fully be who you are or something. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I see you being able to actually fix this with some help here. There's some kind of something that's coming in that I feel like is some kind of opportunity that is finally going to free you from some type of situation that has been very draining, very I actually see it like even some kind of like transformation taking place. So let's dive deeper. Yeah, what is this? Okay, so you see, you have this magician, which can be a narcissistic type person, someone who makes empty promises, someone who tries to get your attention over here or project, onto someone else their own weaknesses so that you don't notice that they're actually their own weaknesses. Something like this, I feel like. Yikes. Okay, and then you have the Two of Swords with the Two of Wands. So there is this energy of, I feel like even dealing with this person or having this person's energy in your energy or around you, it feels like it has sort of stunted your own growth, or it's sort of like, it's almost like you couldn't really focus on the things that were important to you because so much of your focus went to this person. This person is a major arcana. And it feels almost like a bit of an energetic vampire for you. And it's like sometimes, we don't realize that. And normally with the Two of Swords, the swords are like crossed over the chest to protect the heart. And you see here, there's no protection on the heart. It's making me nervous. I literally feel a little bit nervous. So I feel like this person is an energetic vampire. A lot of people that are really successful in this world did not get that way by being really what we would call quote unquote good people. They got there by sort of using other people, using other people's energy, using other people's talents. And that's why, they look so good and they have so much because they have taken, but how have they really given or given back? And so that's just sort of how this feels. I don't know, who this is or what situation this is. For some of you, it does feel like it's at work. For others of you, it almost feels like it's at home or in the home or in a more intimate space, or like a friendship or something. I'm not sure. But with the Two of Wands, you have a choice. You're coming into this space of having some kind of choice to leave something behind, to make a different choice, to go in a different direction, to not, when sometimes we're in the Two of Swords and our energy is drained, like let's just use work as an example. So we'll tell ourselves, I can't make a change at work because I need the paycheck, or because, there's nowhere else for me to work in my area, or, I'm such a specialized person, or there's just, I don't know, all these things. And the swords are what we tell ourselves. And so sometimes it's because we don't have enough energy, because we're spending all of our energy like focused on this person, or trying to keep the balance, or trying to make this person happy, or trying to balance out a situation with these twos here. And so we'll kind of tell ourselves, oh, I don't really have an option. I don't really have a choice, because we're actually so exhausted. We're not in a space where we're like, yeah, let me write up a resume. Let me, float it out there. Let me go through this major upheaval and put myself out there in a really awkward and uncomfortable way, and go to interviews and find my clothes to wear there and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't want to kind of go through that sometimes. And also we're tired. We're freaking tired because someone's draining our energy. And it feels like there's this option that's coming in. It's like kind of this way out sort of thing. And it still requires a lot of energy. It still requires a lot of focus. But, it's like if you've ever quit a job in your life, you'll be at your job and you'll be like, I am so miserable. I am so miserable. I am so miserable. The minute you get a new job and you put your 2-week notice in, it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, like you have a whole different lease on life. You have a whole different attitude because it's about to change. You're not in it in the doldrums. You get more energy, right? And then when you actually leave and you actually start at the new place, a lot of times you'll have even more energy, even though you're doing something that's hard, by like learning a new system, learning new people, learning lots of names. You might be socially exhausted, but it's a type of exhausted that lets you sleep, not a type of exhausted that keeps you awake at night, that makes you exhausted on repeat play, right? With the Queen of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, Pisces, I feel like you keep getting this energy. You do have the wisdom, you do have the discernment, you do have the ability to figure this out and to know which path is right for you. You also, with the Queen of Swords, have the ability to cut this person off and to protect your energy. You see how here she's kind of holding that sword in front of her heart, and she looks like she's way more in control than this person. Like, hey, yo, I'm taking my power back. Yeah, wow, underneath that, the World card, you're completing a cycle. Wow, underneath that, the 10 of Cups. So, yeah, guys, like, really, this can have a profound effect, honestly. I'm going to clarify this Magician. I think the Magician energy is going to be different for most of you. But I'll just see if I can get any more information on it. Okay. Wow, for some of you, yeah, for some of you, it can be a boss, it can be a mother, it can be, yeah, this is someone that I feel like messes with your head and prevents you from being able to like really come to a place of peace mentally sometimes. Like, you may have a conversation with this person, or you may, you know, have an interaction with this person, and then when you kind of like walk away from them, you just don't really feel really good. You sort of second guess what you said. You might like kind of get in your head a little bit. For some of you, this can be an intimate partner, or someone who is trying to kind of come into your life here. You know what the truth is, Pisces? I actually see this Empress energy as, you know, I feel like this person projects this energy of like having it all, or being able to create it all, or taking responsibility for everything good that happens. But you know, I actually feel, I don't have card confirmation on this, but how I feel it intuitively is that this person actually sees you as a threat to that. They actually see you, like they're trying to keep you in this energy because they kind of don't want you to see that you're the one with the power, or you're the one with the talent, or you're the one with, that really is creating, that really is able to really generate and manifest, and like your vision, there's something about you here. With the Lovers on the bottom of the deck here, there is some kind of choice. There's definitely some kind of choice here. This person could even really be a soulmate, even if they're your boss, even if they're your mother, even if they're whatever. It's someone that may have a profound spiritual lesson to teach you about how to come to a place of peace with a person like this, mentally and emotionally. You know, it's interesting because the Two of Swords is a card of indecision. And in this Robert Greene thing that I was listening to this morning, he was, in one of his books, I think he wrote something like, if you destroy someone's emotional center, you leave them with an inability to make decisions. And so it's like, there's so much about choice here. With twos, those are always choices. With the Lovers, that's a choice. And there's just this sense of, I almost feel like someone is afraid for you to cut them off, or someone is afraid for you to take your energy back. One, because then you can harness your own power and you can find out that you are better than them. Or I don't want to say like better, it's not a competition, but that you do have the power to create. You are a limitless being. Who can create anything that you want. But there's also this energy of that it will cut away at their ability to take credit for your work, or something like that. It's like there's some kind of payoff for them to keep you around and your creativity, or what you have to offer here. I don't know. I don't love this energy. In fact, I really don't love it at all. But I do feel like there is some change coming. Oh my gosh, I say that. Okay, yeah, Pisces, common feeling when dealing with someone like this, the regret you have for putting so much energy into it, for concentrating on it, and giving it so much focus for so long. It's like, why did I do that? You know what? It doesn't matter. We got to forgive ourselves and move on. And the thing is, this is divine timing right now for you to step out of this energy of focusing on what went wrong, or how much you gave to a situation with no payoff. with the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, there's kind of this energy of like, but I put so much work, effort, and energy into it, and I just regret it. I have so many regrets around that. But you know what? The fact that you have the Eight of Pentacles and that you are industrious and that you are hardworking, that is a trait that you're going to take with you. On top of that, the Eight of Pentacles is also self-mastery. And what do we need for self-mastery? We need self-reflection. We need to look at the self and work on the self and figure out how to master the self when we're navigating, how not to fall prey to this kind of energy again, right? And even like here in this card, I almost feel this energy of him really going within. You guys, seriously, look, underneath this, the Queen of Swords, you have that on the bottom of the deck here. Underneath it, the Two of Wands, you have that here. I mean, that's crazy. But this is why you are coming to a place where you have a choice to get off. I think you have learned the lessons associated with whatever this energy is, and you're getting an opportunity to disrupt this karmic lesson cycle here and experience something different and something new. Take your newly acquired wisdom and discernment and go make it matter for yourself. That could even be like starting your own business, or taking your creative license with you, or, you know, taking that energy, that effort, that ability to do hard work with you. Okay, wow. All right, you guys are getting a lot of twos again. I feel like this happened the other day, and two is the number of the High Priestess. You have 3 twos right here. In fact, all of the cards from this one deck that I have pulled from have been twos for you. The Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So you're definitely either making some kind of choice or making some kind of decision, or you're coming to a choice point. You're coming to a crossroads. The status quo, it's like, has an opportunity to be disrupted here. And I feel in your energy, we've got the Hangman, the Devil, and the Fool. I can't tell if this is someone coming towards you, Pisces, or if this is actually something where you are reflecting on the past, reflecting on things that kept you stuck, lower vibrational energies, thoughts, ideas, things that you had that sort of were keeping you from having the confidence or whatever to like move forward, or to take some kind of challenge, or to like really go all in and trust that you have exactly what it takes. Here, with the Two of Coins, there's something about this idea or this thought that's always kind of made you feel imbalanced, or let me look at this Devil. Whoa. This is kind of normal. You know, whenever we do really look inside, and especially when we look at the things that are really hard for us to look at, the ways in which we have kept ourselves this way, or the ways in which we have been trapped or had other people trap us, or, you know what I mean? Our own ideas, our own beliefs. Yeah, there's something. It's normal for that to really make us feel imbalanced, right? It's normal for that to be hugely uncomfortable. That's why we walk around the earth with a bunch of unhealed people. Because because looking at it isn't easy, and it makes us say, you know, how can I do better? Or, you know, where is the opportunity for me to grow? And a lot of people are uncomfortable even acknowledging that they're not already perfect, and that they're not already winning, or that they may have made a mistake. It's incredibly hard for people to genuinely say, I'm sorry, in this world right now. All right. The Devil is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is a situation where it has something to do with the perception. It has something to do with the perspective. So for some of you, if you did grow up in a narcissistic family, the way that you were treated or the way that relationships worked in that situation, it may have really affected the way that you see relationships, and that may be part of what has kept you from really feeling like a sense of deep belonging with other people, or friendship, or understanding, or respect, or honor with other people in relationships. There is an opportunity here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool to just sort of recognize it, realize it, possibly even, get like go all in to heal it, or go all in to like really look at it, admit it, and acknowledge it. It's freaking hard to admit that your mom is a narcissist. You know what I mean? Or that your mom, you think your parents are perfect when you're a kid, or I did. I don't know. I thought my parents were amazing. People respected them. People really liked them. But that wasn't my reality. That's not how I experienced them. They were not that way to me. And so there's just this energy of, sometimes you have to just take it one step at a time. Like, don't worry about the whole staircase, but just looking at it one piece at a time, or looking at it one, actually, what I'm actually getting with the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles is this energy of, when you want to change this, when you don't want to be stuck to this energy anymore, when you actually want to change it so bad, the steps will open for you, or you will be able to take a step and a step and a step, and continue on the path until you reach. The Knight of Pentacles always reaches the finish line. It's the only knight that's like guaranteed to get there. He's solid, steady, reliable. So, it's a journey. It's not, uncovering it all and just healing it all in like one foul step. It's about making the choice to want that, and to make that want be your intention, make that want your priority. And then that's when we can move into this space of being able to completely take a leap of faith without having anything holding us back, without being stuck to any lower vibrational energy. So that can be even if you had an intimate relationship with a narcissist. It can be anybody, right? But sometimes it is just really hard to acknowledge the truth about a situation, or acknowledge the truth about who someone is. But with the Eight of Pentacles, the work that we do here, the work, when we say, you know what, I want to be able to take a leap of faith free and clear, without this fear of abandonment, without this fear of intimacy, without this, and I'm not sure that we all ever really move out of a place of having some fear of intimacy or some fear of abandonment. Of course, there is always this, nobody wants to be rejected, right? We all have this need to want to connect and want to be understood, right? And so, but the more we can move that energy toward neutral, rather than having kind of an emotional reaction to it, or being emotionally reactive to the energy, the more skilled we are going to be at living life, the more better we are going to be able to discern with that Queen of Swords we've seen twice. What is the opportunity that we want to go all in on? What is the thing that we really want to take a leap of faith towards and to? You have some kind of choice coming, and I do feel like the choice, it could make you feel a little nervous. It could make you feel a little imbalanced. You have the Palace of Coins on the bottom of the deck, which is special to this deck. It's the Tarot of Dreams by Sarah Marchetti. It's an energy of the environment that supports abundance, okay? And you have abundance. So this is about creating that for yourself in your life. I feel like a bit. I think you're clearly getting ready to come into some type of coupling here, Pisces, and I feel like you're setting your life up for it. It's like you're getting all your ducks in a row to be able to really support or provide the best environment or the best opportunity for this connection to be supported by everything in your life. You know, and if you have jealous friends, or if you have friends that, you know, sort of maybe give you, you know, have their own intentions, right? Or you have a work environment that's extremely draining, or you have, you know, whatever the situation is that you feel sort of stuck to, or you feel like, oh yeah, but that's just the way that person is, or oh yeah, but I can't really leave this. I feel like you're having some choices come up, or you're having some opportunities come up to change those things, or to kind of look at the different possibilities. And I do feel you're having, I mean, you have 3 choices, really 4 that have come up in this reading so far, and we're barely in it. You know what I mean? So you definitely, I feel, are having some kind of opportunity. And I feel like this is really an opportunity to step into your authenticity. When we are our most authentic, when we are our most comfortable with who we are, we attract people who we can be ourselves with. And, you know, more likely than when we are inauthentic, you know, or when spaces in our life are not really in resonance with where we're going or what we want, and we're just keeping them around because we feel like we have to, or because we haven't dealt with healing them. Because you can walk away, like, you know, you can walk away from a narcissist, right? But a narcissist has already probably messed with your mind, shifted your reality, you know, mess with how you see yourself, mess with how you see reality and the people, the other people in your life. They're probably also coloring the views of the people around you. Saying goodbye to a narcissist can sometimes mean saying goodbye to an entire group. You know what I mean? It's like, it can be kind of a significant situation, a significant change, but you have the Wheel of Fortune. So you do have, you know, Fortune's favor on your side. It is happening for you. And I think that it's happening for you to set up a supportive environment, an environment where a connection or a relationship can really actually thrive to its highest potential with the Palace of Coins, both within you and the way that you are seeing things in your perspective, and in your environment, like literally in your environment, you know? All right, Pisces. Actually, let me just take one on this Hangman, Devil, and Fool. All right. Yeah, look at that. I mean, did I say that right now, or did I say that? You've gotten all 4 2s in this deck. And wow, you have Ace 2 3 here. You're making progress, Pisces. The choices you are making are mattering. I feel this energy of a new beginning in love coming in, a new opportunity with a new soulmate. And you see how this 2 of Cups is right side up, where in the past with the Devil, it was in reverse. These were connections that were not healthy. One of the key aspects of the 2 of Cups energy is health, is the caduceus. And so it's an energy of balance and healthy. And when it's in reverse, it's not a balanced or healthy connection. It may be a soulmate, but it is not a balanced or healthy connection. This is something new that's coming in that is balanced and healthy. And with the 3 of Wands, it's just a matter of time before it shows up in your life. And that's why you may even be feeling called to be making changes in your life, or to be making choices, or to be even looking for options. Okay, yeah, the 8 of Wands tried to come flying out of the deck right there. These are messages coming toward you. You had communication here, you have distance over here. You could be traveling, this could be moving for work. This could be messages coming in from afar. This could be someone that you have distance from that is communicating to you. This could even be like having your own type of breakthroughs, you with you. Yes. You've got someone coming toward you. Wow, see, you don't want to be in this energy of the 2 of Swords anymore. You want to be moving to this energy of the 2 of Wands, where you are open, you are fully open and empowered to make the choice that's in front of you. With the Two of Swords, this is kind of like, I'm not really looking at reality. I'm trying to keep myself in this place because in this place I feel safe. So I'm not really like opening my eyes to everything that's in front of me or opening my heart to feel everything that's in front of me. I'm just sort of staying where I'm at, instead of trying to create this environment that is going to be supportive of this relationship or of this situation for me, something in love that's coming towards you. It's like you want to be open to it, and you want to be in an empowered place where you feel empowered to choose it and confident about choosing it, and not like, okay, this is a situation where I'm going to have to put a lot of effort into fixing this situation, or I'm going to have to really be accommodating to someone else's needs and personality, you know, rather than prioritizing myself or my own needs or my own personality. You know what I mean? This is like where you are empoweredly choosing what you want. I don't think empoweredly is a word, but we're going with it. Wow. Yes, this is an environment to get what you desire. Well, there's the Eight of Wands we were talking about right there. And then you've got the Nine of Wands and the 10 of Wands. How crazy is that coming out? And then you have the Star card. Yes, with the Palace of Wands. Pisces, you're closing out a desire so that you can have, you're closing out a cycle so that you can have what you desire, so that your wishes can come true. This is something that's been burdensome. It's something, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you admit it or not, whether you're looking at it or not, it has weighed heavy on you, or it has taken a toll on you, or it's been something that maybe you've been fighting against, or you've been trying to sort of just not let sort of topple you, but you've been just sort of living with it, but not trying to just complete it and let it go. Life is a careful balance of holding on and letting go. And Nine of Wands is holding on, and the 10 of Wands is letting go. With the Eight of Wands, this is because some message is coming in. Something is coming into your life that has an opportunity for success and victory. And the only thing standing in our way is not having the space to entertain it, to have it come in. And this is something that you deeply desire. So with the Palace of Wands, this is creating space for what you want to come into your life. Again and again. First, it's creating a stable and solid environment where something can thrive and grow. And now it's a matter of creating an environment where you have space to receive, to let come into your life what it is you want, what it is you desire, your wish fulfillment. Whew. Sometimes, you know, if we're holding on to the past, even if it's the narrative of, you know, what our parents told us, or our old wounding, or, you know, it's something that we are having trouble letting go of, or we're resistant to let go of it, it is going to become, it's getting to the place where it's becoming so overwhelming or so burdensome that we have no choice but to close out the cycle in a bit of a way here, I feel. So be careful, make the choice. Okay. Also, remember, these energies can also always be your people. Wow. Guys, this is intense. All right, with all these wands, you have the Hierophant. So, you know, this is another great Rumi quote, but it is, seek not love, seek instead the barriers you have built within you against it. And, you know, it's like some of us want marriage. Some of us want commitment. Some of us want, you know, something reliable and steady and spiritual and successful in the way of what we're committed to, or the person that we're committed to. And, but, you know, if we are carrying all these burdens of the past that we haven't dealt with, that we haven't worked through, that we haven't sorted through and freed ourselves from, then the person that we are choosing that's committing to us is also committing to help carry our burdens, right? Because like if I have a fear of intimacy or abandonment. And this can be your person too. This does not have to just be you, Pisces. It's all of us. It is all of us, okay? But if I'm sitting here and I'm really burdened by my fear of abandonment, let's say, then for one thing, I might be somebody that's a little unreliable in a relationship. I might want to abandon the situation before it can abandon me. Or I might need constant reassurance and be a little bit anxious all of the time. And that's something that, you know, the partner is always going to have to be like watching our behavior to see if we're about to abandon ship. If they, you know, do I need to give a lot of validation? Do I need to be very reassuring? Do I need to like work extra hard to let Pisces know that I'm feeling this way about them? You know, da 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 da. And if I don't, am I going to have to go through the suffering of, you know, Pisces burdens or this person's burdens, you know, if they abandon me because they don't want to be abandoned, you know, because they haven't dealt with their own fear. And that fear has become so overwhelming for them that it's causing some type of thing in their behavior. When you commit to, when you go into a connection needing stuff like that, or, you know, with that energy, you are looking for someone to commit to you with those energies and to commit to, you know, dealing with that. And there's no guarantee that you will ever stop being that way or that they will ever stop being that way. So is that good for you? Is that something that you want to take on for a long period of time? Because we have a tendency to be a little bit fantastical when we fall in love, right? We're not looking at, oh wow, this person has, you know, severe anxiety. You know, I find that I'm constantly have to reassuring them, or this person has a tendency to start to withdraw and then disappear, and because they get overwhelmed by, you know, this fear that, you know, I'm going to abandon them, so they abandon me, and that causes my suffering. You know, we're not looking realistically at the other person, and we're also a lot of times not looking realistically at ourselves and the role that these things are actually playing in the connection. But when you think of it in terms of you're committing to dealing with that person's worst behavior, and a lot of people will tell me, oh, I don't care, I love them, I'll do it. But like, Lord, this is why a lot of people are divorced, because they say that, and 20 years into it, when they're constantly having to reassure their person that they're still there and that they're still going to be there and that they love them and that they think they're amazing, you know, after a period of time, you know, that is very draining, very wearing. And, you know, love does endure all things, but it's also a matter of, you know, that what I'm getting is like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we take on other people's suffering when we're in a relationship with them. We're in a relationship with them completely, even physically through intimate relations with people. We take on their energy. We take on their wounding because we're energetic beings. And so, you know, they and you, and there's an energy exchange happening there. So, you know, there is this energy of addressing our wounding, of being really honest, the effect, like who the people are in our lives, the effect that it's had on us, the thoughts and the things that we're telling ourselves that we have taken on as a result, and those things that are causing our suffering or that are actually continuing to wound us because we have not healed them. You know, until you really heal it, or until you really process it and come to terms with it, you're going to be telling yourself the same things that this person told you, or that, you know what I mean? You're going to be perpetuating it in your own life. So you know, letting go is super important, because it stops it from hurting you anymore, you know? All right. We're trying to foster an environment for our dreams to come true here, really, is what I'm seeing. And it's looking at our life as a whole picture. Wow, Page of Coins, we've learned an important spiritual lesson here. Yeah, look at that, with the Queen of Swords. We're not messing around. Dang. Okay, we've had the Empress come out twice. Now we're getting the Emperor. There is a very strong soulmate coming in here, Pisces. I really feel it. this is about, our thoughts and our words can wound us, but our thoughts and our words can also empower us. And there's a huge difference here between the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords, even though both are cards of Libra, interestingly enough. The Queen of Swords takes that suffering and turns it into wisdom, turns it into knowledge, turns it into a superpower to be able to determine what is in their best interest and what is not, and to not be afraid to make those decisions, to let go and to hold on to whatever. The Queen of Swords is not afraid of the truth. She's holding the blade of that sword. She is not afraid of the truth, not at all. This is like you have someone coming in, you have learned your lessons, you are really empowered, you are standing there ready to make the choice that is in alignment with you. Let me clarify. Can I get one more? Oh my gosh, you guys. Really? Wow. Yeah, you're about to start something new, something that you really desire. It is something that is a celebration that is going to make you happy. When you learn the lesson and you integrate it into your life, that is when you are really ready for your new cycle, because you're going in armed with new knowledge. It will be a different experience because you are different moving into it. Whether it's your perspective, whether it's the way you're talking to yourself, that whether it's the things that you're thinking about, whether it's your energy, what's in alignment, what's in tune with it, how aligned you are with your own wish fulfillment, how clear your like subconscious mind is, because our subconscious mind is where we carry a lot of those fears. Like we're not, we see the symptoms of the subconscious thoughts that we have, but we don't necessarily understand them as originating in our subconscious. Like we see the result of it, or we see the symptom of it, or we're like, why am I always ending up in a relationship with a narcissist, or why am I always ending up in a relationship that's not healthy, or where someone's emotionally unavailable, or where things are getting cut off. Why am I always in this place? And with the Page of Wands, remember how I was saying it's like, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want this change? How bad do you want a different result here? With the Page of Wands, this is like, I want it bad. I'm claiming it, and I'm setting off on the journey immediately, right now. I may just be starting off. I may have a beginner's mind, but I'm doing it. I've made the commitment to myself and to the situation to go for what I want, for what I truly want, and to not let anything stand in my way. Even those subconscious fears that have been putting me in cycles over and over again that I don't want to repeat anymore. With the Three of Cups and the Star card here, there's a huge celebration. There's wish fulfillment. This is like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Disney World, but it just reminds me of the finale fireworks at the end of the day. It's like, you've had an amazing day. You've seen all these things. You've had all these experiences. Well, I haven't been to Disney in a while. It's changed a lot, not since before COVID. But my kids basically grew up there. We did not live far from Disney for a long time. We don't live there anymore, but we're still not that far. But anyway, you're exhausted, but you're the kind of exhausted of just like, I'm inspired, I'm full, I'm happy, I'm content. My children are happy and full and content. And then it's like this fireworks display, and fireworks, there's just something about it that really moves your emotions. Like, especially like just, I don't know, especially the way Disney does it. I mean, they intentionally are moving you emotionally. And I feel like that's sort of what this feels like. It's like, I'm exhausted. I gave it everything I had. But like, wow, I mean, what a profound experience, what a profound celebration, what a profound moment this is to sort of finally realize that, I've completed this cycle. You know, I'm free of that energy. I'm no longer in that space where I once was. I'm free to go after what I really desire without being hindered by my own stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know, you know, Pisces, take it as it resonates. You guys have been getting deep readings for a while now. I mean, I literally don't start off that way, but then that's what happens. All right, you guys. Yeah, major rebirth. Wow, King of Swords. Wow, you had the Hermit on the bottom of the deck with those two. There's the Palace of Coins. There it is. There it is. Wow, this is, I'm getting like, this is where, oh my gosh, you guys, the female cardinal just came into the bush. I don't know if you've been watching me for a while, but there's a reading back there where I put a cardinal on the cover because the cardinal came to the bush, and here's the female cardinal. It just totally caught my eye with that orange beak. Anyway, this is where the rebirth happens with the King of Swords. This is where we master our mind. This is where we master our thoughts. This is even where we master our words. And yes, our words are important. I am is one of the most important things we can say. You know, so be careful what you put after it, right? But it's kind of this energy of, you know, speaking truth into light, and you know, really understanding what is in alignment with you and what isn't in alignment with you to such a degree that you your life transforms, you know, strictly just by removing the things that are not in alignment with you and focusing on the things that are. Honestly, that's where it all begins. That's where the path started with the Queen of Swords, right? And now we're getting the divine counterpart. But the King is the energy of mastery, and the King is also the energy of action. And so it's like, it's represented in every decision you make, in every action that you take, in everything that you say, in your thoughts, in every way that you have gone through some kind of rebirth. You're no longer viewing things the same way that you were. And it's a pretty profound change that, as within, so without. And with the Palace of Coins here, this is the abundance. This is that I have created an environment within me and outside of me where things can grow and thrive and become abundant. With the Seven of Cups and the Palace of Coins, it's giving me this like fantasy almost pales in comparison to reality sometimes. And that's how this feels. Not to be super dramatic or, you know, out there, but like that's how it feels like, you know. What is that song? Heaven is a place on earth. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's your perspective. Everything changes with the way that you look at it. We had that Hangman there. Yep, your obstacles are removed with the Five of Wands. All right. Yes, look at that. You're living your fantasy. Three of Wands. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It's you closing the distance on this situation here, Pisces. Wow. All right, let's dive into some quotes, or some, what is this? This, you know, our messages. Let's do that. You guys, me trying to shuffle this deck, which is 3 decks, is comical. Honestly. All right, Pisces. You have, I am in a committed relationship. You have new love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. I wish I could share my good news with you. I am not over you. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Yeah, you know, our perception of other people is what they want us to see for the most part, until they begin to, you know, because it's a mask. And then it's like we begin to see beyond the mask. But, you know, people are not better than us. People don't have it all together more than us. People don't, you know, it's out there all over the place for us to see. You know, when people's masks fall off. I mean, look at P. Diddy right now. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you have passion. Try something you've never done before. I don't know what you want. Finding out the truth crushed me. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. I love you. I'm out of trouble with intimacy. All right. If you're dealing with an earth sign, retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Trust. It is safe to trust in a situation. I want to make amends. Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. I miss seeing you. Interference in external parties intruding on this relationship. I hope that you can forgive me one day. And unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. Oh my goodness. All right. If you're dealing with an air sign, you're getting different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. I don't want to know. It's time for me to heal now. I want you. So many things remind me of you. I hide behind material things. I want to be more than friends. Apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. And I look for you everywhere. And I love you unconditionally. Pisces, this is what I have for you. I hope it helps. I hope it brings you some peace and clarity. Guys, I really appreciate, you being on this journey with me and me being on this journey with you and just finding our way through these readings and through this energy. And gosh, I just thank you for all of your participation. If this reading really resonates, I would love to know. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I love your comments. I really appreciate it. And gosh, until a lot of times your comments are confirmation, even for me. And gosh, you guys, to those of you who figured out what songs I was talking about yesterday, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Thank you so much. That is so Piscean of you. And I love it. Anyway, you guys, until next time, as always, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.